Stop comparing yourself. That's why you feel lost, but you're not really lost. There's this feeling that's surrounding you right now where you keep on comparing yourself to the things that you're seeing around you. And that seems normal, I get it. But that feeling of being stuck, it's coming from this fantasy world. It's coming from this obsession with the material, whether that is fame or whether that is fortune. I know that that's kind of cliche to talk about, and we've talked about this before, where it's like people look and be like, oh yeah, you want to be rich and famous, and then now things have moved on to, oh, you just want to be rich because now being famous is so accessible. Anyone can now get that, but that doesn't come necessarily with financial means. But with that being said, a lot of the information that you're taking in makes you believe that if you are famous, if you are someone who can get a lot of visibility, that it will come with happiness. And fame is interesting because fame doesn't necessarily have to mean that you want to be a socialite. Fame could just mean that you want recognition for being special. You want recognition for maybe something professional, maybe something personal, or maybe you just want to be special, some type of hobby. And all of this information, which is kind of motivating you to like, oh, I'm interested in this or I'm interested in that, it really is a material trap. The reason why it's a material trap is because it's just a bunch of stuff, like a bunch of stuff moving around just over and over and over again. But is it actually bringing fulfillment? What I'm saying is there's a perception of happiness, understanding the difference of the perception of happiness versus actually being happy. Meaning, this is what I think will make me happy versus this is actually what makes me happy. Let me like drill that down a little bit more. Saying that you went and you did this thing, some regular boring thing, and it may have not felt regular or boring to you, but you did it. And then you went and you look back at, you took a picture, you took a video or something like that, and then you look back at it and you're like, oh, that was a great time. And then you start to think, okay, should I post this because I had such a great time? And you post it and you don't get the views or the likes you thought, because what you were feeling on the inside is different than what others are seeing on the outside. Understand that the reverse happens too, where someone could be somewhere and it looks like they're doing this grand, extravagant thing, but on the inside, they're bored or they're this or they're that. That is 100% what happened to club culture, like people going to the clubs. Now, if you go, it's like no one wants to dance. People just have their phones out. Because there's an illusion that that's what it is. It wasn't always like that. So I'm saying all that to say, get to what actually you like. You are stuck because you continue to compare yourself to whatever is around you. It's based off of the information. And we're not blaming people. We're not blaming anything else. We all have the free will to choose what information we want to consume and which one we don't. But it's very, very tough when your connections are coming from only one source. So learning how to connect, learning how to really enjoy things in life, enjoy people in multiple settings is important. There's just this vision block right now for you where it's like you're trying to see, but you're kind of looking in the wrong direction. You can't know if there's a light in front of you. You cannot know if you're going in the correct direction if you keep looking down. When you're walking on the street and you want to make sure that you can safely cross the street or that there's not any obstacle in your way, you have to look up. But what if you're so afraid to fall? You fell one time, you tripped, and you know what? It wasn't even a bad fall. It was one of those little trip up moments that you just felt more embarrassed than anything. So now you're anxious, you're paranoid about just looking at your feet. So you can't even figure out why you've been walking around in a circle or your line is not a straight line because you're looking in the wrong direction. Now that is not oh, well, this is just going to be you forever. This is just saying that you're being unconscious about things, that you have to be a little bit more deliberate about what you spend your time doing. And that's going to be a little uncomfortable at first because this might be the norm for you. Shoot, this might be the only thing that you know. And there's just this feeling of trying to find who you are and trying to take care of yourself, because a lot of these things that you're doing, like this comparing yourself to other people, comparing of what you think your life's supposed to be, blah, 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 it's coming from, you know, this perpetual, like, just caught in this like web of, oh, this is what it's supposed to look like. But also you kind of coddle yourself, or you kind of, the way it's coming across, I'm going to use the word coddling, but I'm not saying it in a negative way. You are nurturing yourself by the content that you consume. You are looking at things because it helps you to feel better. Maybe once upon a time it was inspiring for you. Maybe once upon a time, maybe something did work and something else didn't work. But now it's at a point where it's like a vice. It's no longer something that is encouraging to you. It's a vice. So am I saying completely cut off all the things that are super negative and super da 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 da, or even the perception of negative? Because I'm not saying things that are like obviously like angry or whatever. I'm saying things that maybe it's just time for you to move on from. And am I saying like completely go cold turkey? No, that doesn't make sense. It never works for anything. What though I'm actually telling you to do is you have to progressively make changes in a new direction. So in order to stop feeling stuck, you have to stop comparing yourself. That's what just continues to happen. And you have to learn to have new coping mechanisms. Those new coping mechanisms are going to look different, but you have to be open. You have to be open to trying new things. You have to be open to voicing that. One thing I will say is this. Look, you could lie to everybody, but you should never lie to yourself. And what I mean by that is this. Hey, you know, maybe you want to come off a certain way, or maybe you're trying to fake it till you make it, or maybe you're blah, 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 whatever. Yeah, but you have to be aware, like, hey, this is what I'm doing. I don't want to keep on doing this, or I'm fine continuing to do this. But sometimes it is so easy to be so warped into thinking you don't even realize you're doing this. Because if you did, you would probably want to make changes. You would probably want to look at things differently. So that's why you're feeling stuck. That's why you're feeling caught up. And you have to understand that what you see is not reality. You're comparing yourself to things that are not even real. It's not even real. Like, think of somebody that you know, right? And they might share their life online. And you know that person in real life. And you're like, you know what, the way that they come across online is not even how they come across in person. And so when you look at their whatever, you're able to discern that. You're like, oh yeah, whatever. You don't think about it. But think how that is magnified with all the content you're consuming, whether that is visual, whether that is just like text-based, whatever it is, what it's audio, it's the same thing. But it's kind of captivating to feel like this is real. The way that the person is presenting or the information is being presented feels so real, like this is the person. But think about yourself. You're multifaceted. I bet you like different genres of music. I bet you like different types of hobbies. I bet you sometimes at this time in your life, you were really into this, and that part of your life, you were really into that. But at the same time, we like to generalize. We like to look at people and think that they are all of this. Like, this is who they are, knowing that we're multifaceted. So people are multifaceted too. So you get what I'm trying to say with this mindset, learning how to have discernment, learning how to understand what you're looking at. That means what you're looking at may not be reality. So what is the reality for you? How do you get unstuck? The way that you get unstuck is wisdom. It's just, opening your eyes up and being yourself, okay? And this transformation will take time. It's not like, oh, wow, I opened my eyes and now I have realized it and now I've transformed. No, guess what? It takes time. It's going to take development. And being yourself it's cringy. It's TBD. It's not aesthetically pleasing. You get to a point one day where it can look whole, but it looks janky for a long time. And that's okay. You don't worry about getting a lot of praise on your way to something. Don't worry about everyone needing to understand it. Don't, and especially this, just criticize yourself because you want to be perfect, or you're comparing yourself to someone else's journey that they're presenting to you. You don't even really know what the journey is that they're presenting to you. It takes time. And then when you get to where you're going, you'll feel whole, less anxiety, less nervousness, less feeling like this dystopian energy. You'll feel fine, but it takes time. This is something that every generation, every person experiences. It just feels new to you because it might be, first time you're experiencing it, or it might be a cyclical thing, but everyone has experienced this over many generations. And so this just lets you know, how do you show up as yourself? You have to pay attention to what you do. You got to do things for you. You got to make your own values and rules. And then you have to stick with it. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. Most of the time, it's not that it's up or down, it's boring most of the time. But that's how you get to the feeling of feeling unstuck. That's how you get to success that actually works. Well, there's a lot more that's coming through, but I'm going to leave you with this.